Welcome back to Celebrity Scoop, where we bring you the boldest and most talked about headlines from around the world. Our story today plunges us into the nerve center of a global standoff. It's a high-stakes game of chess, where the pieces are nations and the players, their leaders. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelenskyy, always the underdog, has once again shown he's not one to be trifled with, especially when it comes to Russian President Vladimir Putin. It all began with a phone call, a conversation between two of the biggest players on the world stage, Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin. The call hinted at a potential path towards ceasefire negotiations, a glimmer of hope in a conflict that has raged on for far too long. But hope can be a tricky thing. Putin, a master of the political chessboard, made fresh demands. He called for Ukraine to withdraw its troops from 4 of its regions partially occupied by Russian forces. It was a bold move, a calculated gamble. But Zelenskyy, a man forged in the fires of adversity, was having none of it. His response was not one of hesitation or fear. It was sharp, unwavering, a clear reflection of his resolve. He declared, "It's our land. We won't withdraw our troops from our territory." According to Zelenskyy, Putin's demands were not a plea for peace, but a testament to Russia's thirst for domination. In this global standoff, Zelenskyy has made it abundantly clear that Ukraine is no pawn to be moved at will. His message to the world is a powerful one, a statement of defiance in the face of overwhelming odds. And so, the standoff begins. Zelenskyy's response was sharp and unwavering. He stated plainly, "It's our land. We won't withdraw our troops from our territory." This is not just a game of chess. It's a battle for sovereignty, for freedom, and for the very soul of Ukraine. Zelenskyy made it clear that any future peace negotiations cannot happen behind Ukraine's back. This stern statement underlines the Ukrainian president's unwavering stance on the sovereignty of his nation. In the world of politics, power plays are as common as handshakes. But when it comes to Ukraine's future, Zelenskyy has shown that he isn't one to be trifled with. His interactions with world leaders, particularly US President Donald Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance, have been characterized by his absolute insistence on Ukraine's autonomy and involvement in any discussions about its future. During a meeting at the White House, Trump, in his typical off-the-cuff style, suggested that Ukraine should play its cards right. The implication being that Ukraine's fate was a game to be won or lost. But Zelenskyy, ever the stalwart defender of his nation, responded with a level of seriousness that underscored the gravity of the situation. "I'm not playing cards," he retorted, his tone as firm as his resolve. "I'm very serious. I'm the president in a war." This display of steadfastness shows just how committed Zelenskyy is to his country and its people. He's not interested in playing political games. He's interested in securing peace and prosperity for Ukraine, and he won't let anyone undermine his nation's sovereignty in the process. But Zelenskyy's firm stance is more than just words. It's a manifestation of his commitment to the Ukrainian people. He's not just their president, he's their protector, their advocate, their voice. He's willing to stand up to the most powerful leaders in the world to ensure that Ukraine's interests are heard and respected. In the face of adversity, Zelenskyy remains steadfast, refusing to back down or compromise his country's sovereignty. His actions and words serve as a powerful reminder that Ukraine is not a pawn in a global power game, but a nation with its own will, its own voice, and its own path. And perhaps most importantly, Zelenskyy's unwavering determination sends a clear message to the world. Ukraine will not be sidelined in discussions about its future. To underscore this, Zelenskyy cut in, "I'm not playing cards, I'm very serious, I'm the president in a war." Meanwhile, Russia has continued its aggression, launching over 100 drones into Ukraine shortly after the Trump-Putin call. A blatant display of power, this move was seen as a clear message to Ukraine and the world. Yet, even in the face of this escalating aggression, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelenskyy stands unwavering. Despite the looming threat, Zelenskyy's resolve remains steadfast. He refuses to crumble under the pressure, standing firm in his belief that Ukraine's sovereignty must be respected. In his own words, "We won't withdraw our troops from our territory." This stern declaration underscores his commitment to defending his nation's boundaries, regardless of the challenges ahead. Yet it's not just about military might, it's about the international response. Enter the European Union and the United Kingdom. They've stepped up, responding to Russia's aggression with sterner sanctions. They've targeted Russia's oil fleet and military industry, aiming to hit where it hurts the most. But not everyone is on board with this approach. Donald Trump and his allies in the US have shown resistance to further involvement. This reluctance to intervene is raising tensions both at home and abroad. It's a delicate balance of power, with the risk of global conflict hanging in the balance. Nevertheless, Zelenskyy is not deterred. He continues to push back against Russia's aggression, refusing to let his country be bullied into submission. He's taken a stand, not just for Ukraine, but for the principles of sovereignty and self-determination. As the aggression continues, so does Zelenskyy's resolve. His message to the world remains consistent and clear. Ukraine will not surrender, not in the face of missiles, manipulation, or misguided diplomacy. And with that, he reminds us all of the importance of standing strong even in the face of adversity. This is not just a political battle, it's a moral one. This statement, striking in its simplicity, carries the weight of an entire nation's struggle. Ukraine's president, Volodymyr Zelenskyy, isn't just standing up to a political adversary, he's standing up to a moral injustice. He's standing up for the sovereignty and dignity of his nation. The morality of this conflict transcends the traditional boundaries of politics. It's not merely about land or power, it's about the fundamental rights of a nation to exist without fear of invasion, without the looming threat of domination. It's about the right of a people to determine their own fate, to live in peace, to thrive in their homeland. Zelenskyy's refusal to back down, to surrender his country's land or sovereignty, is a testament to his moral courage. He is not just defending his country's borders, he is defending its heart, its soul, its very identity. He is defying the notion that might makes right, that the strong can trample the weak with impunity. The stakes in this standoff are indeed high. They are higher than any political gain or loss. They are about the very essence of human dignity and freedom. When Zelenskyy says the stakes are too high to fold, he isn't just talking about losing land or power. He's talking about losing something far more precious, something intangible yet invaluable, his nation's spirit. This moral battle, then, is not just Ukraine's battle. It's a battle that resonates with every nation that values freedom, sovereignty, and human dignity. It's a battle that challenges us all, as global citizens, to take a stand against aggression, against domination, against injustice. In this moral battle, Zelenskyy stands as a beacon of courage and resolve, embodying the spirit of a nation that refuses to be subdued, that refuses to surrender its dignity. His stand isn't just about Ukraine, it's about the values that we, as a global community, hold dear. And, for Zelenskyy, the stakes are too high to fold. In this moral battle, surrender is not an option, not when the very soul of a nation is at stake. Stay tuned right here on Celebrity Scoop for more unfiltered updates. As we navigate the contours of this increasingly complex geopolitical landscape, our mission is to keep you informed with the boldest headlines and the most fascinating stories. This saga of defiance and determination, of power plays and moral battles, is far from over. We're living in a world where lines are being drawn and redrawn, where leaders are tested, and where the resilience of nations is put to the ultimate test. The drama between Ukraine and Russia, between Zelenskyy and Putin, between the desire for peace and the thirst for power, continues to unfold, and we are here with you watching and analysing every move. But we're not just passive observers in this story. You, our viewers, are an integral part of this journey. Your thoughts, your perspectives, your voice, they matter. They shape the conversations we have and the stories we tell. They remind us that behind the headlines and the political standoffs, there are real people with real stakes in these events. So, we invite you to join the conversation. Share your thoughts on this political showdown. Do you think Zelenskyy's unwavering stance will lead Ukraine to victory? Or will Putin's aggression prove too formidable? What are your thoughts on the international response? How do you see this situation evolving? Remember, your voice has power. It can spark dialogue, challenge perspectives, and inspire change. So don't hold back. Let your voice be heard. Like this video if it's given you food for thought. Subscribe to our channel for more insightful stories from around the globe. And most importantly, share your thoughts with us. We want to hear from you. We want to know what you think, what you feel, what you believe. This isn't just our story to tell. It's yours as well. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know what you think about this political showdown in the comments.